Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. I need you to hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. So I'm going to be real brief. I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin ETF that was approved. So there were 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs approved. So the interesting thing about this, I was reading the article. The interesting thing about this is that the ETF, it gives you exposure without owning it. So what does that mean? That means that with this ETF, you don't actually have the real Bitcoin. You have like a proxy. So essentially, it's possible that the government controls you because this is like a Bitcoin IOU. So reading the article word for word, it says you have exposure without owning it. Do you find that to be interesting? Exposure without owning it. Now, the approval of the Bitcoin ETF, of course, that is good news for the crypto community. Congratulations to the crypto community. Um, so it is good news for them, right? They have been fighting for like 10 years, and the SEC has been rejecting them. The SEC has rejected like 30 applications. So this is a big deal for the people who that are in the crypto community. So, however, I was reading the article word for word, and it says it gives you exposure without owning it. So something happened Tuesday. According to the article, Bitcoin seesawed, resulting in the erasure of tens of billions of dollars in market value in minutes. All right. So there's the SEC commissioner. Her name is Carolyn Crenshaw. She has a concern that the Bitcoin will end up in people's retirement accounts and that they will lose savings due to fraud. So this is the SEC commissioner. Her name is Carolyn Crenshaw. So SEC, yes, they did approve the ETF, but they are not really behind Bitcoin in spite of the fact that this was approved. So the approvals are for BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, several others. So 11 to be exact, 11 spot coin Bitcoin ETFs to be exact. And they are all competing with each other on who has the lowest fees because their goal is to get people in to buy these ETFs, right? So they're in competition with each other to offer the lowest fees. So JP Morgan Chase and Goldman Sachs, they are also in on this. And their part in it is that they are helping with the creation and the redeeming shares of funds. So they are in on this also. So it is expected when people are having more interest in getting into the Bitcoin ETFs, it is expected that $10 billion will flow in. $10 billion will flow in 2024, which will help the price of the Bitcoin to increase. So it is expected that the Bitcoin price will increase. Increase in Bitcoin means more money for people who hold Bitcoin. So as far as the price prediction for Bitcoin, they are predicting that Bitcoin will hit 150,000 by the year 2025. Currently, it is around 45,900. It's around 45,900 if you own Bitcoin. You are aware of where Bitcoin is and what Bitcoin has been doing. And so let's see here. Okay. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin. You know, it has been approved. The ETF has been approved. And they're competing with each other for lowest fees. So what you can do if you're interested, head over to Fidelity, or wherever you decide to head over to and look at their Bitcoin ETFs and look at what's inside of it. They'll actually show you the holdings. So you can actually look at everything that is inside of the ETF before you make your final decision. The other things going around surrounding the crypto community, Amazon. Amazon is creating their own crypto, which will be out in March or April. The name of that is AMS65X. It has this long name. So Amazon is launching their own crypto. Be out March or April. Altcoins, they're expecting the altcoin bull market to start as a result of the kickoff of this approval of this ETF. The altcoins, they're expecting bull market to hit. They're especially looking at Cardano. They're looking at Cardano, and they're expecting to enter a bull market for the altcoins. So back to this article that I was reading for the spot Bitcoin ETFs. So exposure without owning it. That's what the Bitcoin ETFs gives you. Now the real Bitcoin is in Coinbase. Real Bitcoin is also in it's an IRA called Swan IRA. If you want to check that out, SWANIRA. Um, so I'm not recommending these. It's just something to take notice of. The Bitcoin ETFs gives you exposure without owning it, and then the real Bitcoin is in Coinbase, and it's also in Swan IRA. So when you take a look at everything that is available, just keep in mind that this is still a speculative asset, even though people may feel safer now because it's been approved as ETF. It's still a speculative asset, so you're only putting in what you are willing to lose. For example, Coinbase is hackable. So put in what you are feel comfortable that you feel comfortable with, so that if you were to get hacked, you'll be okay. You'll be fine with that. You see what I mean? It is still um, vulnerable. That's what I'm trying to say. Still vulnerable. Coinbase is hackable. So put in what you're willing to lose. Um, then you got your ETFs, which is essentially controlled by the government. Do you find that to be interesting? It is a lot going on. A lot going on. So before you decide where to put the money in, first realize that it's important to have Bitcoin. Very important to have Bitcoin because the price is going to go up, and they're expecting it to go up to 150,000. So it's at 45,900 right now. So that is essentially 3x in your money. Whatever you have right now, it will be 3 times that in 2025. That's what the prediction is. All right. So multiplying whatever you have by 3x. So owning Bitcoin is very important. It's also important where you decide to own your Bitcoin, where you decide to own it. That's very important. So read all of the holdings before you make your decision. Only put in what you're willing to lose, and then diversify. Diversify where you put it. You're gonna put a little bit over here, a little bit over here, a little bit over here, and then you have money that has nothing to do with crypto, right? Your normal spiel, right? You have the stock market, you have real estate, you have your own business. So having it spread out, right? And just being aware that this is still speculative. Um, the hackers still have access. especially to Coinbase. And then the difference between real Bitcoin and proxy Bitcoin is out there. So it's all kind of things going on, right? So just do your due diligence, read what you're putting your money into, all right? And only put in what you're willing to lose. But they do expect Bitcoin to hit 150,000 by 225. So it is important to be in the mix with what is going on, right? So do your due diligence, read your holdings, and then spread it around. All right. So do me a favor before you leave. I need for you to hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need for you to hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Do you have Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments. Where are you putting your Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments. And are you doing the altcoins? Like, I know there's more to crypto than just Bitcoins. So are you doing the other altcoins? If so, leave it in the comments. What other altcoins are you in? All right. Also, there's a link below. I need for you to click on this link, scroll all the way to the bottom, and I need you to sign a petition. There's something going on. It's very serious. The media is ignoring it. I need you to click the link, go all the way down to that page of the link, and I need for you to sign the petition. Sign it, look for the name Ann Baker, and sign that petition. So that should take like 2 minutes of your time. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Before you leave, sign the petition and hit the like button. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.